I have been out hunting, garage sailing, flea markets, estate sales. I've got a lot to show you, but I got to break it up because there's just too much. Hey everybody, it's Janine over at SLOHappyVintage. Welcome back. And if you are new here, we are primarily a jewelry, vintage and antique jewelry channel, but I also mix in a smattering of other vintage and antique items as well. I am a reseller, a collector, a repurposer. We do a little bit of everything here. It's flea market season, it's garage sale season, it's estate sale season. There's just so much out there. We have a weekly flea market swap meet here that I try to get to quite frequently. And I'm going to show you a couple clips from the last time I was there. And we'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what I found. It is always fun to show you a new haul of jewelry, and pardon my bandaged finger. I was cutting something for a tea party that I'm having this weekend, and I literally slipped my finger. So I've got an ugly band-aid on. This is a compilation of the local flea market. I think it was 2 days. They have the swap meet once a week. This is 2 weeks worth. Now, a lot of these things are kind of typical of what I find here. And there are a few things that were a little bit more special. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I call myself bougie on a budget because I never spend more than about $12 on any piece. Typically, it's in the $2 to $5 range. I do resell, so I've got to keep my costs low. And a lot of times that means I'm going to pick up some things that might need a little bit of repair, like this one right here needs a little stone right there. I love to repair jewelry, and I do have a playlist of repairs that I've done, and I plan to do a lot more of those. This one is actually missing quite a few rhinestones, so I will have to see if I have those stones. If not, I will try to locate them. As long as I can keep my cost down, so it's great. These are not marked. They are probably from Japan, I would guess. Lovely iridescent AB rhinestones on there. There's so many of these cluster beaded clip-on earrings, and they usually hail from Japan or Hong Kong or West Germany. Sometimes they use Czech stones. This is a plastic beaded one, most likely Japan. It is not marked though. These guys are quite spectacular. They are plastic, but look how fun they are. This one looks like it needs to be glued a little bit, but super fun 50s, 60s earrings. These right here are Arthur Pepper, and I don't believe... Are they marked or are they not? Nope, they are not marked, but they're very similar. Just kind of like faux Baroque pearls with a gold tone surround. Look at this guy. Is he fun or what? He does have a little chipping to his nose and his lip, but you know what? It doesn't bother me. This is an older piece. It does have some verdigris on it, so I'm going to put this in my pile of items to clean that have verdigris, and I will do a video on it. He is also missing his pin, and that would be a good video to do as well. I recently replaced a pin on a piece, and it wasn't that hard, provided that this corrosion isn't too bad. This is copper, and this is ceramic. We have some just little foiled lucite. There's like confetti foil in there, bright red, unmarked. And then this one right here, I believe is probably another, oh, this one is marked. Hold that thought a moment. That one took a while to read. So this is a plastic piece, and I've said before, I don't often pick up the plastic pieces. Pink is my color though, so it is marked Western Germany, which I have a box full of Western Germany pieces, and they do sell. I think the last one I sold for about $24. So I will stick that in my box of Western Germany pieces. Here is a little coat of arms scatter pin that does need a little bit of work. Looks like a Coro piece, but it is not marked. So I cannot tell you for sure who made that, but it is a really cute little piece. This I already have on eBay. It's a sterling silver made in Mexico belt buckle tip and keeper. And I think I paid maybe $1 for it. And they usually sell between $50 and $75. This right here, I picked up at the swap meet for $1, and it is sterling silver. It does say, it says sterling on it right here. So it's an older piece. I don't know if it is a Navajo or Native American piece. Could possibly be, but knowing that it says sterling, not 925, lets me know that it is an older piece. So it's got a little hook clasp right there. That was a nice pickup for $1. I'm not very fond of these thermoset pieces. They do sell, not for a tremendous amount, but this one was in such good condition. I mean, it doesn't have any wear on it whatsoever. It's so shiny and so beautiful. I went ahead and picked that one up, even though I don't particularly care for them. A lot of people do, so that will be easy for me to put on eBay because I don't really care for it, right? Little poodle here, he was just cute. I take figurals like this and I lot them up. If I were to try to sell him, I don't even know what I could get for him. I don't like to list things under about $12, and he is not a $12 item. So what I'll do is I'll lot him up together with several other, hopefully other dog pins, and sell them as a group. This piece right here, I want to do a whole video on good, better, best as far as individual makers go, because can you guess who made this? Give you a few minutes. I should have the Jeopardy music playing in the background. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, this is a Trifari, and as far as the good, better, best, this is just a good. This is not an older Trifari. It actually has the newer Trifari mark on it. You can see that there. It's Trifari in capital letters, and then you can see the texturing on the background. It's probably like a 90s. Yeah, basically, they moved Trifari production over to China, and when they did that, the quality went way down. I mean, it's a pretty brooch, but it's not near the quality of the older Trifaris. So it was in that lot with the thermoset things, and I just made a pile, and I think I paid $5 for the whole pile. This right here is just an older Czechoslovakian piece. I have a rudimentary hinge on it, not anything current, and it does have a hooded C-clasp. So this is an older piece, just a typical Czechoslovakian piece. The nice thing about this, they made nice quality as far as it's not missing any stones, and those look to be all the original stones. So I do appreciate the fact that they were built to last. This is a pair of listener earrings, and once again, it was in another little pile of jewelry that I put together. I like this one because it is missing a stone. That's not a hard stone to replace, but I like the emerald cut stones on there. I get so tired of just seeing the round ones, so when I see the different shapes, I will pick them up. Nice little smoky, it's almost green, but I would probably call it gold gray. Sometimes they call these black diamond, but it's a nice brooch. It's not signed. It's not tremendously well made. When you see the applied pins right here, rather than having the pin actually soldered into the design of the brooch, you know this is a lesser quality, but still very nice nonetheless, and also not missing any rhinestones and prong set. Oh, this was a fun one. This looks like it could be a Coro design. It is an orchid, and it's got all of these fun little stones. I don't know that they're actually supposed to move, but they're in their little bent wires. It's not missing any of its stones. They're lovely purple. It's not even missing any of the baguettes, which I can be very happy about because I do not like repairing when they're missing baguettes because they're hard to find. The enamel is in really good condition, and it's just a very intricate design. I think this is a Popesco. There's a company, Pierre Beck's, that made these types of brooches, and sometimes these are from that company, and then the more modern ones are made by the Popesco. I'm not sure because most of all of the Popesco ones I've had have been signed, and this one is not. So I don't know who this can be attributed to, but they're really lovely. They're very intricately done as far as the metal work, and then there are these inlaid rhinestones, and then over the top of it there's a clear acrylic covering. So they're very sturdy. You know, those stones are not going to fall out because they're completely encased in that covering. Really lovely pieces. This one, this one was $1 at the spot meet, and it is missing one of the little kind of nubby pieces, metal pieces right there. I actually have a nubby piece that I can replace on that, so I will restore it to its glory. I don't want to butcher the name because it's a French name. It's Louis something. So I'm gonna flash that on the screen. I thought this was just a cheap modern piece, but when I looked at it a little closer, having the little leaf dangle at the end and a hook clasp, I thought, that one might be a little bit older. And then I flipped it over and I saw that it was signed. It does articulate, so I picked that up for $1, and I am looking forward to restoring that one and putting it on eBay. I can't pass up a guilloche little brooch. This one is older. Now, I have something sad to tell you. I have a bunch of, this one's not from Norway, but I have a bunch of sterling silver guilloche pieces, necklaces, and they're from Denmark and Norway, and I am going to sell them. I should probably do a video on them just because they're really pretty special, and I was excited when I got them, but I'll explain in another video why I'm selling them, but look forward to that video. And if you have a love affinity for jewelry from Denmark, the Danish, Norway's, the Scandinavian pieces, be on the lookout because, yeah, I'm going to part with them. But anyway, this is cute. I love the little hand-painted rosebuds on the guilloche enamel. This is a nice little flower power brooch. It is signed GA. I don't know who GA is. It's got very heavy white enameling on it, like super heavy white enameling, and then it's got all these cute little flowers on it. It's missing one petal right there. I can't fix that, so when I sell that, I will just have to disclose it. I have a whole collection of flower power pins that I will either start lotting up or starting to sell individually. And I am amassing so much jewelry that I really need to get on the ball. So if you see anything that you like in this video and want to purchase, please send me an email and let me know, because my channel has never been designed to sell jewelry, but I do sell jewelry. So if you are interested, let me know and I can make you a much better deal than what I would put on eBay. These are 1928, and the manufacturer is 1928. They're not from 1928. They're actually probably from the 80s. And you can tell it's 1928 because they always have this little swirly background on the back side of the design, and in excellent shape. Oh, my Band-Aid. It's really kind of ugly. Maybe I'll see how my finger's doing. Hold on. My finger's doing better, so I ripped the Band-Aid off. Now you have to deal with sticky residue on my fingers. Look at this piece. I thought this was just a funky spray of rhinestones, but looking closer, actually, I showed this to Casey and I'm like, yeah, kind of just a dumb little rhinestone. She's like, no, that's a really cool piece. And when I say Casey, Casey's a good friend. She runs Olive's Vintage Market, and if you have not subscribed to her channel, please do. She's a wealth of information. Anyway, she looked at this and she's like, no, look, it's a little vase. And then it's got these flowers, this flower spray coming out of the vase, and these little pieces are folded over the front. It is just a really lovely design. Not missing anything. It could stand a little brushing with a toothbrush and some Windex very gently. The back, it shows good construction. I like this piece right here that covers where all of the little stems come together. That's a nice little added touch for security as well as good looks. I'm not sure what this is. I don't think you're marked. It looks very much like a Florenza or a Napier or one of those revival pieces. But it's a nice pendant. Okay, I do not know my mythology, but there's a winged lady there with looks like two horses. So does anybody know what that is? If you do know what that represents, please let me know in the comments. Like I said, all of these are just a couple of dollars. If it was more than that, I would tell you. This piece right here is also not marked, and it's just one of those dangle pieces with acrylic or lucite. It's almost like a root beer lucite. And it's got a triple chain, so that's kind of a fun piece. Different design. Okay, these have a little schmutz on them, but these were a great find. If you had seen these sitting on a counter and they were just $1, actually I think they may have been, no, I think they were $1, no more than like $3. Would you pick them up? They're kind of boring. Yes, you would pick them up because they're Christian Dior. And anytime, as my friend Carrie says, any day that you find a Christian Dior is a good day. Christian Dior is super high quality. They sell well, and the prices are usually pretty good. I will clean these up. I did make sure when I was looking at these that was just schmutz and not damage on the pearl. They use pretty high quality components, so yeah, it's good. Now this is a little charm bracelet with one charm on it, and a lot of people mistakenly say this is like Lady Di jewelry. No, this is the DI stands for Diamond International. It's just a company name. It has nothing to do with diamonds as far as this piece goes. That's not a diamond in there. It's modern. You can tell it's modern. It's got a lobster clasp, but I've sold these before and people seem to like them, so pick that one up too. Okay, everybody's probably wondering about these, but we're going to save those, so hold on. This one right here was just $1, and it is definitely nothing special. I do love hearts, but I will probably take this big old long pendant off of here and just use the chain. I like this chain because it's a slide and it's adjustable, so you can make this necklace any length that you want, and it's a very high quality chain. Even though it's not a high quality piece overall, it's a very nice chain. So I will put that in my repair area to take the pendant off of. This one was in the dollar area too, and it's nothing really special to write home about, except it's just really well made. I mean, I saw it just kind of all piled up like this, and I thought, oh, that looks like a Vendome, and it could be a Vendome, but it's not marked. And Vendome often just had little hang tags, so I don't know, could be Vendome, but I'll never know. But it's got little AB glass stones, and then these are not glass. I don't know what that is, probably some sort of plastic. It's got a nice little box clasp. It is 3 strands of glorious goodness. We have a little matched set, some earrings, and are you loose? No, I think you're supposed to be like that. And a necklace. Are you marked? You are marked. Are you Hong Kong? Or are you West Germany? Or are you Japan? That's always the question. It's usually always one of those 3. This one is Hong Kong. Now, this one is, it's all plastic, but it's got really fun little, it's almost like these beads are caged in these little metal findings. They don't just have a cap, they're completely encased. And then it's got these tulip, like double tulip kind of bead caps on the other ones. So somebody put a lot of thought into this piece, whoever designed it. 3 strands, and it's got a hook closure or a hook clasp right there. It's in pretty good condition. A couple of the little tulip pieces have some brown enamel on them that is starting to flake off. But because this is a model design, it doesn't detract from the piece at all. Remember when I told you it's always a good day when you find Christian Dior? Well, here is another Christian Dior. This one is missing a couple of rhinestones. It's an easy fix and really well made pieces. I will quickly fix this and put it up for sale. It's got a nice design to it. And I believe Christian Dior pieces are gold plated. But anyway, kind of a modern, more contemporary design on this one. Then we've got Napier or Monet. All right, where's your mark? Monet. You can always tell the clasps on Monet earrings. They always have this, it's a particular clasp that they use. I don't know how well they stay on though. If you wear clip-on earrings, how well do these because they don't clip, they just like squish. So I'm not sure how well they stay on. They're really high quality. It's always a good idea to buy vintage jewelry because the finishes on them are so much better normally. Like these Monets, and I was happy to find this set. I actually was going to buy this and I didn't think these matched, but when I got them home, yeah, it's part of the set. So nice little set there. Okay, last but definitely not least are the fish. My daughter actually found these fish when we were rummaging through a pile of jewelry, and at first glance, they look like Jelly Bellies, and I was quite excited. And then you flip them over and you look at the finish on them. It's got that smooth finish. They look to be gold plated, but they're not signed. So got to rule out Trifari, got to rule out, you got to rule out a lot of things because a lot of things are signed. But nonetheless, they have that Jelly Belly look. And then when I got them home, I would thought they might have been unmarked Coros from the Sea Imp collection. They look very similar to the Sea Imp Jelly Bellies made by Coro. However, there's one major difference in that the Jelly Bellies that Coro made, and when I say Jelly Belly is just a standard term for lucite belly pieces made in the, gosh, was it the 40s? So I was kind of excited thinking that they could have been unmarked Coros, they could have, but the Sea Imps have stones embedded in the lucite. They have rhinestones embedded. So they're not them. And then upon further investigation, guess what? They're not lucite. They're glass. In my head, I'm thinking glass surely is better than lucite, but When it comes to pieces like this, the Jelly Belly, the true Jelly Bellies with the lucite bellies are actually more valuable than the glass bellies. So even though they're of higher quality being glass, they're not going to bring as much as a true Jelly Belly with a lucite belly. They still should do well. There are some people who have these listed on eBay as unmarked Coro, as unmarked Jelly Bellies, as unmarked part of the Sea Imp collection from Coro, but they're not. So you have to beware and do your homework in anything that you're thinking of buying. I just heard recently of a gal who bought a Jelly Belly, or what so she thought was a Trifari Jelly Belly, at an auction, and she paid close to $150 for this thing, and it turned out to be a fake. If you knew a lot about Jelly Bellies, you would know that it was a fake, because true Jelly Bellies will never have like prongs on the belly. They're always just set in there and glued. And the particular one that she bought had a type of prong device holding the stone. And you got to know your marks, because the mark on that one, it just didn't look right. So be careful. There are fakes out there. But anyway, I thought these pins were adorable and they were very inexpensive. So I picked them up, and I think they're needing a little bit of repair. Yeah, he needs an eyeball. Other than that, they're in pretty great shape. The ones that are listed online are listed for like $150, and they're not going to bring that, but I'm hoping that they will do well. Okay, I'm going to sign off on this video for now. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I have got a giant estate sale to go to tomorrow. Wish me luck. I get anxious about estate sales because of the feeding frenzy that happens. So anyway, I'm going to put some of these on a neck and show you them a little bit up close. And once again, if you're interested in anything, please don't hesitate to email me. All right, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.